Lyrics coming at you with supersonic speed.
JJ
you assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman.
You've probably heard this song by Eminem. You may have also heard
I ain't asked to rap, but I rap on acid. Got a new blow roll and just had a strap on at it. Whoops, is that a subliminal hint? No.
sung by his alter ego, Slim Shady. The man behind the personalities is Marshall Mathers. He grew up in Detroit and had a difficult, underprivileged childhood. He was abandoned by his father as a baby and raised by a single mother who was addicted to drugs, later fueling his own drug addiction. He dropped out of high school and was homeless while he juggled jobs. He also had been in plenty of unhealthy relationships, especially with his ex-wife, Kimberly Ann Scott. All of these social conditions created an unbalanced playing field and is the main influence of Eminem's music. The social class that produced Eminem is too aware of the United States as a country that makes the rich richer and the poor poorer. Music was what kept him going, spending hours at night studying the dictionary so he could expand his vocabulary for his rhymes. And he is now one of the most famous and infamous rappers of all time. The problem lies with Eminem standing as a social icon, along with the offensive material in his raps, which varied from messages of pain and struggle to fun songs about partying to controversial songs about domestic abuse or homosexuality. The main question is Eminem's controversial messages in his raps more beneficial than they are offensive? They are more beneficial. To an open-minded person, Eminem's music is a storytelling of less fortunate people or people going through pain and invokes empathy. His music also resonates with people in similar situations as him, such as drugs, family, and depression, and they have an embracing behavior towards his music as opposed to the abrasive one of critics. Blue-collar workers who have little use for decidedly upscale gay and feminist movements, the main opposition to Eminem's work, can relate to many of Eminem's working-class social concerns. He is also an inspiration for many, especially the youth. His story alone is enough to help people get them through tough situations. Take the example of Gage Jarmore, a terminally ill Eminem fan who just wanted to see his idol. Without the buzz of the paparazzi, Eminem took it upon himself to visit the fan and encourage him. He's also involved in multiple charities and has the Marshall Mathers Foundation. His reasons are for giving to help, not to in any way make himself look better.
Take a stand. Everybody, come take my hand, we'll walk this road together.
On the other hand, critics say his lyrics condones and praises harmful and destructive acts. Being a common target for his music, women and the LGBTs have a negative reaction to Eminem, which is all too expected. It is prominent enough that while Eminem was on tour in 2000, Attorney General Jim Flaherty called upon immigration officers to stop the rapper at Canada's border because he was likely to perform a song that advocates violence against women. Eminem's lyrics are the most homophobic and hateful that GLAAD has seen in the past 15 years, says Scott Seelman, entertainment media director for the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. It's a dangerous message to record labels and other artists. You can not only get away with any type of lyrical content, you can be rewarded for it, says Kim Gandhi, National Organization for Women's Executive Vice President. Gandhi echoes, it's a sad commentary on the state of the record industry that records filled with violence and hateful images and lyrics, particularly violence against women, are glorified. The NOW had even planned a protest at the 2001 Grammy Awards, and who can blame them when this
Blood, guts, guns, cuts, knives, lies, wives, nuns, sluts. Bitch, I'ma kill you. You don't wanna fuck with me. Girls leave, you ain't nothing but a slut to me.
could be one of the songs Eminem decided to perform. Well, one reason Eminem says all these controversial things is that it's a mean to shock the audience, and he's well aware of this.
You motherfucking chickens ain't brave enough to say the stuff I say, so this tape is shut. Shit half the shit I say, I just make it up to make you mad. So kiss my white naked ass.
Eminem definitely shocked everyone when he performed a duet with the openly gay singer Elton John at the same Grammy Awards that the GLAAD had already planned a protest for. We're flabbergasted and shocked, said Kathy Rena, news media director for the GLAAD. Eminem was trying to prove that the attacks on women and LGBTs in his music, while it did address some of his views and thoughts on the subject matter, were mostly used to get a reaction out of the group, of which he definitely got. Elton John, who was a good friend to Eminem, commented, if I thought for 1 minute he was hateful, I wouldn't do it. These attacks, and I'm using quotes here, on women and LGBTs weren't hateful, but an outlet for Eminem and people with similar problems, a sort of creative violence. The vulgarity of Eminem's lyrics are used to evoke these angry and violent emotions, let them out, and experience them through his music, thus appeasing them. This fact can be backed up with a psychological study that found that sexism increased after listening to non-misogynistic music, especially among males. This conclusion was reached in an experiment that gave misogynistic and non-misogynistic music to two control groups of men and observed the following behavior. This is the almost hidden effect his music has on people, and though it might not be enough, he does say he was kidding.
Why not? 'Cause shady will fucking kill you. I'm just playing, ladies. You know I love you.
Most of Eminem's music is definitely targeted towards straight male listeners as they elicit abrasive reaction from women and LGBTs. While the music certainly isn't for everyone, as long as Eminem retains his good intentions with the messages, it is definitely a good use of his popularity and standing as a social icon. Thus, it is more beneficial than harmful.
Where the fuck is Kanye when you need him? Snatch the mic from